In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Google Gemini to create an amazing, professional, and fully functional luxury restaurant website from scratch. And I'm not talking about a simple landing page. I'm talking about a premium website with beautiful animations, interactive menus, an online reservation system, theme switching, and a polished user experience that honestly looks like something a professional web design agency would charge thousands of dollars for. But here's the part that completely changed the way I think about AI website builders. You don't need to write a single line of code. You don't need to know HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. And before this video ends, I'm going to show you something that almost feels like editing a PowerPoint presentation. You'll simply highlight any part of the website, tell Gemini what you want to change, and it will update only that section while preserving the entire layout, animations, and styling. If you've never seen this before, you're going to love it. So if you're ready, let's begin. The first thing you need to do is open Google and type Google Gemini. Open the first result and you'll arrive on this page. The interface is actually very simple, nothing complicated here. Now, before we generate our website, there are two small settings I recommend. First, switch to Canvas because that's where Gemini can build complete interactive applications instead of just giving you text. Second, select the Pro model. In my experience, it consistently produces better layouts, cleaner code, and more reliable functionality for larger projects like complete websites. You can still use the Flash model, but the quality and usage limits may be different. Now, here's the exact prompt I'm going to use. I asked Gemini to build a luxury restaurant website called Aurora, inspired by Apple's design philosophy, modern editorial layouts, and award-winning web experiences. Then, I simply press Enter. Now, there are many AI website builders today that generate websites. Some are completely paid. Others have strict usage limits, and many of them generate something that looks nice at first, but becomes difficult to customize later. Let's see what Gemini does. Look, it immediately splits the screen into two sections. On the left, we have the code. On the right, we'll have a live preview of the website. But don't look at the preview yet. Let me show you something that most people completely ignore. Click on Code. Look how fast it's writing everything, and notice how organized the code is. Here we have the glass card components, here we have the reveal animations, here is the mobile navigation. Different UI elements are grouped together in clean code blocks. Now, if you're a web developer, this is fantastic because you can customize every component later. And if you're not a developer, don't worry, you don't have to touch any of this. But it's nice to know the website isn't some locked visual editor. You're actually getting real code that belongs to you. All right, it's finished generating. Let's preview it. Wow, look at that. The first impression is honestly incredible. It didn't simply throw some text onto a page. It created an experience. Look at the dark, sophisticated color palette. Look at the typography in the hero section. The combination between the background image and those large editorial headlines immediately gives it a premium feeling. Even the navigation bar starts transparent and becomes sticky while scrolling. These tiny design decisions are what make professional websites feel expensive. Let's keep scrolling. Here's the About the Chef section. The image loaded correctly. The spacing looks balanced. Everything feels intentional. Now, let's test something that usually breaks in AI-generated websites, the menu. I click Menu. Perfect. Everything works. We have dinner, lunch, desserts, wine. Now let's test the filters. Vegetarian, instantly updated. Vegan, updated again. Gluten-free, works perfectly. This isn't simply hiding text. The filtering is actually functional. Imagine showing something like this to a restaurant owner or a client. They'd probably think you spent days building it. Now let's move to one of my favorite features, the reservation system. Let's click Reserve. It's asking for my name, email, date, number of guests, time, occasion. Everything looks like a real booking application. Let me fill this out. All right, let's submit it. Look at that. It automatically assigned a table number and even selected the restaurant floor. That little detail makes the entire experience feel much more realistic. But wait, we're still not at my favorite feature. Now Gemini asks if I want to pre-order my meal. Let's do that. I'll add a few items. Immediately, the order summary appears. The total price updates automatically. Everything is calculated in real time. Let's confirm. Reservation successful. Very nice. Now let's check My Bookings. Here we can see the reservation, the table number, the date, the time, and even the food we ordered. Again, everything actually works. Let's continue scrolling. We have the events section, smooth animations, beautiful cards, responsive layouts. Everything feels polished. Now remember what I promised at the beginning of the video? This is the part you've been waiting for. Imagine you're not a programmer. You like the website, but maybe your client says, "Can you change the phone number?" Normally, you'd open the code, search through hundreds of lines, edit it carefully, save everything, refresh the page, and hope nothing breaks. Watch this instead. I simply highlight the phone number directly on the website. Immediately, an Ask Gemini box appears. I type, "Change this phone number to this new one." Press enter. That's it. Now watch carefully. Gemini understands exactly what I selected. It updates only that specific element. And there it is. The phone number changed instantly. The layout stayed exactly the same. The animations are still working. Nothing else was modified. Honestly, this feature alone can save hours of editing. Now, I wanted to push Gemini even further. I asked it to create another theme with completely different colors. Let's see what happens. It's taking a little longer because now it's rewriting parts of the application while preserving the overall layout and functionality. All right, it's finished. Look at the navigation bar. There's now a theme button. Let's click it. Instantly, the website switches into a light theme. Let's scroll. The structure is still there. The animations still work. Now, I think this version could definitely be improved because my prompt was intentionally very simple. Here's a quick tip. The more specific your prompt is, the better Gemini performs. Don't settle for the first result. Keep refining your prompts, and you'll be surprised how much better the website becomes after just a few small improvements. Now, one last thing before we finish. Once you're happy with your website, you don't need to copy hundreds of lines of code manually. Simply click the download icon. Gemini packages the complete project for you. Now you have the entire website on your own computer. You can host it, customize it, or continue developing it with your favorite code editor. And if we open it in full screen, just look at this. Completely responsive, smooth scrolling, beautiful typography, professional interactions, working functionality. It's honestly difficult to believe this all started with a single prompt. I've been testing Gemini Canvas over and over during the last few days, and every time I improve the prompt, the results become even better. That's why I believe tools like this are changing how websites will be built in the future. Now, I want to hear from you. What would you build with Gemini Canvas? A restaurant website? A portfolio? An online store? Or maybe something completely different? Leave a comment below because I read every single one, and your ideas often inspire future tutorials. If you found this video useful, don't forget to click the like button because it really helps the channel. And if you're not subscribed yet, click subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss future AI tutorials. I'm constantly testing new AI tools, new workflows, and practical ways to save you time, and I'll continue sharing everything that actually works. Finally, if you think this tutorial could help a friend, send it to them as well. It might save them hours of work. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this training, and I'll see you in the next video.